to sneak in the statement which had not been admitted. The first Deputy Speaker, acting within the scope of the rules and the precedence of this House, cautioned the member that he could not proceed with the statement. When the member persisted in attempting to read the statement, the first Deputy Speaker directed that he desist from doing so. The member, however, refused to comply. He insisted that it was an urgent statement of public concern and he had to read it. As a result, the first Deputy Speaker invoked the powers available to the chair and directed the Marshal to escort the member from the chair. Let me let members know I was observing all what was happening on the screen in my office. And I saw all the body languages of all those who were part and parcel of what took place. And so I can testify that at that moment, several members from the majority side were seen forming a physical barrier around the honorable member for Efiduase Asukore, thereby obstructing the enforcement of the Speaker's directive, including a lady, honorable lady. This was followed by scenes of heated confrontation, including the hurling of unprintable and offensive language toward the chair as the first Deputy Speaker exited the chamber after the House had adjourned. In fact, when I saw the honorable lady, I sympathized with her because, you know, anytime the honorable ladies are getting close to the Speaker, there is always an allegation that that's the Speaker's girlfriend. We don't have girls in this House. I even prefer you say Speaker's woman friend, not girlfriends. How many girlfriends can Speaker take at this age? The Speaker is very grateful to the Almighty God for the blessings. If not at this age, I would have been among the category you know by your general terms, look no do. But honorable members, the honorable members, you are finding it difficult to understand look no do. Please, the Speaker has no girlfriend in this House. The Speaker has no woman friend in this House. You are all honorable members and you have everything available to assess the Speaker. No discrimination at all, whether male or female. Honorable members, allow me to clarify the process for admitting statements in accordance with the standing orders and the established practice of the House. I know many of you are conversant with the rules, but we have a public to go with. And this will assist many to understand what takes place in the House. I listened to the debate on this matter, and many people were misled. And so just allow me to go through some of the rules for the edification of the general public. Orders 91 to 95 of the Standing Orders of Parliament generally address statements and ceremonial speeches made on the floor of Parliament. Orders 93, 94, and 95 regulate the making of a statement by a member of Parliament on the floor of the House. And Order 93 provides, 1, by the indulgence of the House and the leave of the Speaker, a member may explain a matter of personal nature or make a statement on a matter of urgent public importance at the time appointed for statements under Order 67. 2, the proposed statement shall be admitted by the Speaker with or without modification. 3, the text of the statement as admitted shall be read when the member is called upon to make the statement. 4, a statement other than a personal statement may be commented upon by other members for a limited duration of time not exceeding 1 hour. 5, a member may comment on the statement for a period not exceeding 5 minutes, and the comment shall not provoke debate. 6, where a member makes the statement, the Speaker, considering the comment on the statement made directly, may direct a committee to investigate and inquire into the matter, and where necessary, proposed legislation. And 7, the Speaker shall cause to be transmitted to the clerk statements admitted to be made on a particular day to be advertised on the order paper for the purpose of notice to members. And 8, the clerk shall make available to members copies of admitted statements. Honorable members, this is the procedure. We have not been following it. We have to follow it to the letter to forestall some of these occurrences. Order 94 provides for time for statements. And it says the time for statements shall ordinarily not exceed 1 hour, except that the Speaker may permit statement and comment outside the prescribed period in exceptional cases. In fact, in other jurisdictions, they are timed, and each member is given 2 minutes to make the statement. And so when you are reading the statement and it comes to the 2 minutes, you are timed off, and you just submit the rest of the statement to the clerk. But here we indulge members sometimes to even use 10 minutes to read their statements. In Order 95, the order says a member whose statement has been admitted may withdraw the statement by leave of the Speaker. In line with this, it is the accepted parliamentary practice that such statements are shopped through the leadership of both caucuses, reviewed by the Speaker ahead of the statement. That is why we say pass your statements through your leaders, who, after going through it, will recommend to the Speaker. And there's good reason for that. Because the information available to leaders are not available to all members. The Speaker reviews it because the Speaker is going to preside, and the Speaker is to ensure that your comments and the statement itself is in accord with the law and the rules of the House. Then the statement is listed on the notice of the order paper under statements. Copies of the admitted statement are circulated to all members through the clerk. We need members to have advance notice in order to make meaningful comments. These are the new rules that we adopted as a House. This process exists to ensure order, prevent ambushes on the floor, and give members prior notice of matters to be raised in the House. In this instance, no prior notice was given. No text was submitted prior to the sitting. But from the information leaders gave me, they had discussed this matter. But the statement got to the first deputy speaker whilst he was seated at his seat in the chamber. And whilst he was trying to read it, I called upon him to take over the chair. So he did not actually go through it, and he did not admit it. So the statement was not admitted. Accordingly, no such statement could lawfully be made on the floor. Honorable members, I don't need to talk to you about the powers of the Speaker. They are clearly stated in the law. If you read the Parliament Act 1965 and the standing orders of the House, they are actually colossal. And if fully applied, could be of serious danger to the career progression of members of Parliament. But I will just say this, that Shakespeare taught all of us that even a dog is obeyed in office. When we sit here, we are not saints. We are not infallible. But there's good reason why we are called right honorable. And you are called only honorable. The Speaker, however the situation, is always right on the floor. When he's wrong, the law has given you the opportunity as to how to come back to the same floor to prove that he was wrong. So please, I repeat, even a dog is obeyed in office. I want honorable members to take this in good faith. I know in the light of these events and in defense of the institutional integrity of Parliament, I refer to the conduct of the honorable member for Effiduase Asekore. This is not a matter to be referred to any committee. It's a matter that I've discussed with leadership, and we've agreed that it should be resolved. And we will resolve it here openly for all of us to be guided so that in future we don't fall foul to these rules. I have reviewed the records. I have listened to the leaders, and I think in the interest of all of us, particularly our rules, the order of the House, discipline, and mutual respect, I want to call on all of us to do what is proper. We should not unilaterally override our rules, undermine authority, or obstruct the due process. They endanger not only the legitimacy of our work, but they also undermine the authority, the relevance, and value of Parliament. And more importantly, the very survival of our democracy. I want all members, including myself, to recommit ourselves to the values of dialogue, accountability, and the rule of law. Please, I want to end here. Thank you for your patience and your understanding, and give opportunity to the leaders of the House to make some comments. I thank you for your attention. Yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for the steps you've taken to guide all of us to solve this problem. We've already assured you at conclave that you will have our cooperation in ensuring that there is order to guide our proceedings and to help uphold the integrity of this House. Mr. Speaker, moving to resolve problems of this House is a continuous process. And without belaboring the point, I reiterate to you my assurances at conclave that we will assist the chair, particularly now that you are so overwhelmed with some other administrative duties and other commitments that your two deputies would be with us most of the time. We believe that we will extend that courtesy to them. They are the first among their equals, our primus. Though they are members of this House, their position is guaranteed by the Constitution. So we agree that we need to accord them that courtesy. Mr. Speaker, I conclude by reiterating your call on us to have patience. I would add tolerance. We are here as a family, and I recall Right Honorable Doa Jaho, when in 2013 we had the orientation at Gimpa. He shared with us his own experience as an MP with fire in his belly when they saw the Honorable J.H. Mensah, the minority leader of the MPP side at the time, that he was quite combatant, only to realize that after sitting, he and the Speaker, the Right Honorable D.F. Annan, were in the office enjoying some good whiskey. And he told them that you young men, you think we are here to fight. We are not fighting. We discuss ideas. And it changed his perception about his attitude towards colleagues opposite him in the chamber. The Speaker, for me, I believe that we don't just come here as parliamentarians, but we come here to build friendship and relationship. Mr. Speaker, I believe that it is that friendship and relationship that earn you that your enviable position. We may not be happy that you assume the chair in the 8th Parliament, but it's because of relationship that perhaps got some people to believe that, oh, that is our friend, let's entrust in him the powers of speakership. So I want to encourage colleagues that no matter what, the speaker has called upon us to have patience. I am adding tolerance to it. We may disagree, but that is the beauty of politics. We cannot always agree. Let's disagree, but be measured in the language we use even when we disagree. Mr. Speaker, we cannot all be perfect. We are never perfect. We make mistakes. I make mistakes. But we should be committed to the national interest and know that today we may be to your left, tomorrow we may be to your right. Fortunately, the two political parties Mr. Speaker, my respected senior Muntaka Mubarak has not spoken into the mic, but he's saying that at least Mintra 5 years answer Makasa. Mr. Speaker, you have only 3.5 years left. Mr. Speaker, so fortunately, the two political parties that have taken the stage in this fourth Republican Constitution have all tasted power and have tasted opposition. So I think we must better understand this whole concept of patience and tolerance. So, Mr. Speaker, I would end here by thanking you and assuring you that the needful as you have enjoined us to pursue. Oh, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Minority
The needful as you've enjoined us to pursue shall be pursued. I want to thank you once again for the fatherly approach you've adopted in dealing with this matter. Thank you so much.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I think your statement is explanatory enough of the issues of yesterday and the rules that should govern proceedings in this House. And so, Right Honorable Speaker, I have no intention of belaboring the point. I think all I can say is that we should all take time to study the rules. We should all take our time to study the rules. My brother, Honorable Muntaka, is here. My brother, Eric Opoku, is here. Haruna just left. Even after 20 years in this chamber, every single morning or afternoon I enter the chamber, I still take the rules to check before I make any move. Even when my backbench or my colleagues are trying to do something, I know I will have to defend them. So I'm quickly glancing through the rules. Sometimes when you see me looking at my phone, I have made an electronic copy of it, and so I'm busy looking at it to make sure that if somebody is faltering, I can check them and draw their attention that, no, that's not what the rules say. I think the problem is that we are not investing in the rules. If we invest in the rules, many of the issues that we are confronted with in this chamber will not arise. It will not arise. People will know when and how and under what circumstances a statement should be made, no matter how urgent. So my only plea is that let's invest in the rules. It is not about how loud you can shout. It's not about the size of your muscles. It is not. It's not how big your chest can be. It is not. Somebody says I should add breast, but I won't add breast. It is basically what the rules say that you can do or not do in this chamber. And when people are trying to insist on the rules, please let it not be presented as if there is an attack on one side of the house. It's just the rules. It's simply the rules. Rules may make provision for us to make concessions, but those concessions must be willingly made. They cannot be coerced. They cannot be forced on anybody. It has to be negotiated and willingly made. If the evidence is that there is no willingness to make those concessions, we must continue as dictated by the rules. So, Mr. Speaker, you have a long business today, and so I will not repeat any of the things that you have already said. I believe in this chamber, you remain a fountain of wisdom, sagacity, and knowledge of the rules. And we'll continue to learn from you and to be guided by you. And I thank you very much for giving us this ruling without penalizing any member of this House. Your magnanimity is appreciated. Clearly, there were very serious and egregious breaches of the rules.
Honorable Majority Leader, clearly it's not the understanding of the House that you proceed along that journey. So you just conclude. Please don't chip away my powers. I have to decide whether he should withdraw or he should leave it at that, not any of you. So please desist from going in that direction and then conclude.
Mr. Speaker, you yourself said you will not punish. You clearly said that you will not punish. And that is what I'm commending you and thanking you for. To say you will not punish is to admit that there was a punishable conduct. So I'm just commending you.
Majority Leader.
I'm just commending you for not punishing.
Majority
I'm just thanking
Leader.
you, Mr. Speaker.
Please.
I'm just thanking you, Mr. Speaker.
Please. I know you very well. Sometimes, you see, do I say it?
So Mr. Speaker, I'm just thanking you.
Do I say it?
I'm just appreciating you, Mr. Speaker. My Nigerian friends say, I'm just appreciating you, Mr. Speaker. You are highly appreciated. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, please know that this House, the Parliament of Ghana, is globally ranked very high, and people respect us. For a position from Ghana, the member is elected and given the position. Have you realized that? Yes. They don't even contest you. Once we say you are from Ghana and you are contesting a position, it's given to you. And many of you seated here are holding those positions. So please, in your own interest, even if you are not talking about the country, your own interest, we have to conform. I sit here as the chair of all the speakers in Africa. And that is why you see me, as somebody said, changing plane in mid-air. I don't know how that happens, but I have to run around the parliaments in Africa, whether north, south, east, west, central, they call on me. And you know I'm the immediate president of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, 182 parliaments. And so we've been well branded and marketed. And that inures to your benefit and to the benefit of the country. So take these matters seriously. I'm getting to the end. You are just starting. That will be a better career for you than me. So please, allow the old man to mentor you properly. We have in our midst some distinguished visitors from our schools. You know, they are leaders of today and tomorrow. We have students from the Jachi Pramso Senior High School. They spelled it with J-A. That's why I said Jachi. And it's at the Bosunchui constituency. And they are led by the head of the department in the person of Collins Opoku Buahin. They are 88 in number. 88. They are to my right. And on your behalf, I want to welcome them and to encourage them to keep on coming. We want to catch you young, let you perform better than we are doing today. So you are most welcome, and please take time to learn and observe what is happening here. You may resume your seats. We also have students from the La Kwatanang Madina constituency, coming from the school called Gladys Otima Memorial School. They are led by the civic educator in the person of Hannah 9. They are 16 in number, and they are to the left of the speaker. You are also warmly welcome, and please make good use of your presence here. We thank you for coming. Please resume your seats. And we also have the third group coming from Yilo Krobo constituency, from the Doorbell International. They are led here by the administrator in the person of Leroy Obing Yirenchi. They are to the left of the speaker. You are also welcome. And please make the best of your time here. You see your MPs, they are not fighting, they only debate. We expect you to be more decorous and decent than us. Please, you may resume your seats. Honorable members, I did this because they will be taken around and showed some places and giving some lectures. Now we can go to correction of votes and proceedings, and we do that snappy before we move on to the urgent questions. We have a number of ministers available to do so. We start with the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 10th June 2024. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, Page 6. Page 6, yes. Sorry, your mic is not on. Please.
Okay. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, may I seek your guidance on this matter? Item number 5 on page 6. It spills over to page 7. Names of members who are listed as absent without permission, even though I can identify as many as 13 out of that list whose leave of absence with permission has come to me. I've recommended for approval and remitted same to your office for approval. So I am wondering how that can be rectified. Yes, he will do that. No.
Yes, honorable members. Anyway, let me listen to the Deputy Minority Whip.
Mr. Speaker, the Majority Chief Whip should know the rules. You just guided us on how statements are to be admitted. The same thing applies to members on leave of absence. Mere transmission does not mean approval. Until there is an approval from the Speaker, the member cannot be captured as absent with permission. And for that matter, you should know how to do the application.
Mr. Speaker, he didn't listen to me at all. I rose to seek your guidance because some of the names that have been captured as absent without permission, the members apply for just 3 days. And so when they submit it to me, I recommend for approval, and then I quickly forward to your secretariat. I see that some have been caught by a fruition of time. That's why I'm seeking your guidance that eventually when the approval comes or otherwise, how would it be rectified? You just don't get up and say, I should know the rule. Please, don't do that. Don't do that. So, Speaker, that's why I'm seeking your guidance, because these are, the application of the rules are also fused with administrative exigencies, and it keeps happening. So I am only seeking your guidance on the matter. Be patient.
Honorable members, the order paper, the votes and proceedings are both prepared from records. And so if the records hadn't reached the office of the clerk, they will be captured as being absent without permission. If later on the approval is given and submitted to the office, the necessary corrections will be done. So please, let's take it as these are the reasons why these are drafts meant for correction. And so when this happens, kindly draw our attention to it. Sometimes, even though recommended, we disapprove. There are a number of times we have disapproved some of the recommendations. So it's advisable for members to always get the approval before you absent yourself. In any case, no damage is caused when you absent yourself without permission for just a few days. That is permitted because of the nature of our work. The rule only says for more than 15 days. And that one definitely is within a meeting. It's not like the old rules that dealt with a session. That is a whole year. But this one, a meeting of about 3 months. The rule 2 doesn't say it must be continuous. No, it doesn't say so. So when you accumulate absence for more than 15 days within a meeting, we can add all and say you have vacated your seat. This one, when you disagree with me, the courts are there for you to go and try your luck. So we move on. That is the guidance I can give. Page 7. Yes, please.
Honorable Speaker, on page 7, item 6, recognition of schools stroke visitors. Because the sub-items capture only schools, I'll be grateful if we delete the visitors and leave out only recognition of schools to conform with what we've been doing currently. I'm seeing that on item 6, we have recognition of schools stroke visitors, but we have here listed only schools. So if you could delete the visitors and leave only recognition of schools. Thank you.
Well, Honorable Member, you are right, but that's the heading on the document that is submitted to the office. Is there recognition of schools stroke visitors? But since we add only schools, you don't need to add the visitors. Page 8. Yes, page 8. Yes.
Speaker, item number 7, paragraph 5. Speaker, I recall vividly that in giving the direction, you indicated that the forms be submitted within 14 days. That's the application for the grant or otherwise of a member seeking to hold office of profit should be submitted to the committee within 14 days for their consideration and report. The application is not simply to be submitted to the committee. The committee is to consider it and report for final approval, if that can be indicated.
Yes, it must be properly captured. It's the forms that should be processed through the committee or submitted to the committee within 14 days, not the regularization of that. Yes. So that is what I talked about, because I don't know the advice that will come from the committee, and so I can't anticipate that, but I know they will always advise me as to whether to approve or not to approve, and I'm not bound anyway by the advice. I'm guided by it. Please properly give the rendition as conveyed by the statement. Page 9. Yes, please.
Speaker, I'm exceedingly grateful to you. The page under review, item 9, caption questions. Question number 48, the very last line. The members seeks to inquire from the name under, that's Dr. John Pandit Esiama, but I think he was trying to refer to the governor of the Bank of Ghana. His real name, Johnson, but over here is John. It's Johnson, so if the record could capture him appropriately. The real name is Johnson Pandit Esiama. Thank you.
Yes, the honorable member is right. Please, page 10, page 11. Also, in the spelling of Asiama, there is no H at the end. So, table office, do the proper thing. Page 12. Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on page 12, and I also add page 11 to it. Looking at the commencement of the meeting, the subsidiary legislation committee meeting, it started at 11:13 a.m. That is under opening. But when you go to closing, it ended at 10:10 a.m. So it appears the meeting ended before it started. So if we can do the reconciliation and find out the right time the meeting ended. Thank you.
This is the Subsidiary Legislation Committee. Please kindly guide the table office to do the right thing. Page 12, page 13, page 14, page 14.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Page 14, IV, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. The name Mr. Richmond Roxon, Esquire. Mr. Speaker, my understanding